Today's adventure brings us to the Three Ponds Trail. We'll be following this to the Carr Mountain Trail in half a mile, taking it up to Carr Mountain. We'll be headed up this way. Now, when we checked the weather forecast, partly cloudy. Well, I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but yes, that sound you hear is rain. So the Three Ponds Trail is nice and wide, as you can see, and it is blazed in yellow. Got the geocache, first one here. This is called maybe the only geocache in Ellsworth, I believe it's called. I don't have it written here, but we do have it, so we're going to do what we do and then get back to the hike.
So I was standing on the side of the trail and I could see this thing in the woods. It's a pretty painted picture of a tree on a tree. Huh.
We've come to the junction with the Carr Mountain Trail. We will be going left here. And yes, the rain has picked up. You could tell by my lovely wife in her hood.
Nice and warm too.
Yeah. Okay, we're going.
So this is a pterygium after the flower goes away and the berry appears.
Da, 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 da.
Very cool.
As you can see, the Carr Mountain Trail is nowhere near as wide as the Three Ponds Trail was. But it's easy enough to follow. And it appears that the blazing is freshly painted. Or recently painted, I should say.
So we came from there down to Sucker Brook. Yeah, kind of funny. But just down to the left of Sucker Brook is this nice little pool too. Very pretty. So Chuck's working his way across, and I will follow suit. Where to go next? Yeah, that's easy. Good job, babe!
So it looks like they carpeted the cliff here. It's actually some soft moss. Pretty cool. The trail itself has been flat for the most part. There's been some up, but it's not bad at all. We had heard that coming up from this side is the easiest way up. And seeing how the weather was going to be questionable anyway, we figured, why not take the easy way? We're about 2 miles from the trailhead. It's been a lot of up. But surprisingly, there's been a lot of flat too. Like I said earlier though, this is the easiest way up. There's no scrambling or anything like that. So, but the rain has picked up. It was supposed to stop by 11. The weatherman was wrong. Huh, go figure. I don't know if it's going to pick it up or not. But those 2 pieces of leaf are just magically floating there. I mean, see? Gotta be caught on a spider web or something. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Not sure if the camera's picking it up. This is the steepest part that we've come to yet, which isn't gonna be bad. Well, yeah, it is gonna be bad. It's still raining. Everything's wet. But on a normal day, that still wouldn't be too bad.
Looks like a flat spot at the top though.
And maybe it's the summit. No, not the summit. As I was saying, a little bit of everything. It's flat again. Goes up, goes down a little, stays flat. It drizzles, it pours, it's foggy. It's always foggy.
It's a little bit open in here.
Yeah. It's a pan around here. It's kind of open.
Coming up to an open area.
But it's like another Halloween hike. Kind of eerie. Alright, so back in the 18th century, there was a settler named Carr, for who this mountain is named for. What happened was, he came from Ellsworth, wanted to come over the ridge to get to Warren. He got lost. He was lost in here for 2 days, and we're probably seeing some of what he saw with the fog, because it was a sudden storm that came through, and during the day while he was trying to get out, it was all fog and rain, and then at night, I know he was down at three ponds down there. It used to be called Glen Pond. And he survived eating frogs that he caught. On the 3rd day, he got over to Warren, and the town folk over there named the mountain after him. So that's where Carr Mountain got its name from. We're quite a mile from the summit. Came up on this mossy area. Working our way up. The whole place is covered in moss. So it's kind of cool. The day didn't turn out like we were hoping at all. The weatherman said that it would be partly cloudy after 11. Now the part that's cloudy is the trail. So we're moving on. About a 1/10 of a mile away from the summit, and we run across the bog bridges. Look at my lovely wife disappearing in the fog down there. As we're approaching the summit, back in 1854, there was a ridge fire. The roaring of the fire could be heard over 6 miles away. That must have been one intense fire. But not worried about a fire today. Everything's soaking wet. So we're moving on to the summit. Okay, so we come to the junction where the Carr Mountain Trail goes back down to Warren. And also right here is an interesting piece of metal. Imagine it's gotta be some artifact from the fire tower. We're presuming. Let's go find the remains. Welcome to the summit of Carr Mountain. By far one of the strangest summits we've ever seen. This fire tower must have been unique the way these footings are.
They're huge.
It was put up in 1939. It was designed to only last 10 years. They used it till 1948. And then it was removed prior to 1967. But again, this is extremely unique. That tower, we've seen pictures of it. I didn't think it was going to be like this when we get up here. But the views themselves of my lovely wife, summit pose.
It's windy.
The wind's knocking you down. There you go, summit pose. But as I pan around, I don't really think we would have had any views anyway with these trees. But if there were views, somebody stole them. And the wind's starting to blow, so I'm trying to talk louder. We're not staying. There's absolutely nothing to see up here. It was number 76 on the Hampshire Fire Tower list of the 93 towers that are standing. Once stood, such as this one, or were proposed. It's a different angle of this summit. I mean, it's just incredible. Normally we come up to these fire towers and they're flat. The summit, or somewhat flat. Not this one. There's holes all over the summit. So I'm gonna go up the stairs here. Doot, 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 doot. Oh yeah, windy, windy, windy. Some metal plating on top of that pillar right there. There's a tie down right there. Look around a little bit, see if we find anything else. There's a lot of these big rocks that if you stand on, supposedly you get a view from. But as you can see, we have clouds blowing across the summit here, so we're not going to worry too much about them. Of course, my lovely wife did climb one of them. Okay, working our way down the trail. See the yellow blaze? Can you see the blue under it? Well, going up it was yellow, and some of them were covering blue blazes. Going down, we have yellow, like I just showed you, and blue. So, I don't know, you put them both on the same tree, I'm going to think that we're up on a Belknap range. So I don't know what to tell you, but yellow or blue get you down.
So we completed our hike down from Mount Carr, and we were about to do the end, and I noticed in the trees there's a yellow blaze right in the middle of the trees.
They don't need that tree anymore, so they moved it. So anyway, number 76 on the fire tower list is done. We are back down from the trailhead. Remember, coming down, sometimes your blaze is going to be blue, sometimes it will be yellow, but both of them will lead you right back down to the trailhead. So until our next adventure, the end.